The first thing that I want people to understand is there are Jews in Iran. They are not trying to hide. They are not stuck in Iran. They choose to be there. The Jewish project of the 20th century in Iran was just to be an Iranian. There is more to Iranian Jewish history in modern times than what they have on the bookshelves. The narrative was that Jews suffered greatly in Iran. I think that we got so consumed with these narratives post-1979 that sometimes it's harder to remember that it wasn't always like that. There were horrors and ordeals, and there were other periods that Jews could live and prosper and succeed in becoming Iranians. When we talk about Jews from the Muslim land as one group, we miss all the different specificities. It's much more constructive to remember that each group came from different circumstances. So Iran is a country of minorities. There are 27 minorities in Iran. Especially in places like Tehran and the big cities, Jews were visible. Until the 1950s and 60s, most of them experienced really amazing upward mobility, and they can succeed and flourish. And this just showed them that Iran is the country of endless possibilities. And then everything ended with the 1979 revolution. This was the dominant narrative, but we also know that history did not end with the 1979 revolution. Not for Iran and not for the Jews. The rabbis in Iran today say that synagogues today are more well attended than they were before 1979. Because this is not just a synagogue, it's a community institution. They are the youth clubs, they are the elderly clubs, they are the social places for the community to gather. Today there are about 10 to 15,000 Jews in Iran, and this is a choice that they make on a daily basis. It's not easy to be an Iranian today, it's not easy to be an Iranian Jew. But Jews don't stand out in the level of oppression that they experience. They go to school to remember their Jewish heritage. They travel and they go to the beaches, and there are kosher restaurants in Tehran and Isfahan. They come to the US, they go to Europe, they go to Turkey, they go to Israel. But eventually they go back to Iran. They don't feel strangers in Iran. They are not guests in Iran. They choose to be there. As an Ashkenazi Jew, this is not my story, but I'm a student of Iranian Jewish history, and this is what I will always be. We want our students to become better global citizens. We want our students to understand their society better, but also the place of their society in the world. In times of xenophobia and anti-Semitism, it's very helpful to see how minorities fared in other places. So I think that Iran is a great example, especially because Iran is something that they hear a lot about and they know very little. Let's talk about Iran as part of the Middle East, as part of the Muslim world, as part of the international community, and not as a threat alone.